Rodman, 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 Rodman. We are back again. This is the Fin Out of Water Football Podcast. And I'm your host with the most, B Herbo. I got my brother Rodman in the building with me. And we are
Herbie
here to
Doe.
discuss some goddamn Dolphins football, right? So, we already had the game yesterday. Everybody done did their post game recaps and all of that stuff. So we wanted to do something a little bit different. We wanted to go ahead and have more of a macro conversation, a longer road ahead conversation, playoff implication conversations in regards to the Dolphins, and just recap week 13 in the best way that we can, but look forward as well, man. So Rod, first things first, man, how are you, brother?
I'm doing well, my brother. I mean, Thanksgiving weekend was, it was a blur. It went by quick. I worked on Friday in between, but for the most part, I got to enjoy some good food, some great company. And listen, man, it's now we're back to reality, right?
Yeah, forget F reality, all right? Because I ain't even get to eat for Thanksgiving, bruh. Like, flu season, thumbs down.
Thumbs
Getting
down.
sick on Thanksgiving, thumbs down. Not being able to eat yams, thumbs down. Not being able to get some mac and cheese, thumbs down. I did not have a good Thanksgiving. I'm still coughing, as you can see. All right, so
You can hear it.
I'm gonna try my best to muscle through this this episode. But no, my Thanksgiving was atrocious. The only good thing about my Thanksgiving was that the Cowboys destroyed the hopes of the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm living on a high. That was my only thing that was actually good about my Thanksgiving. Other than that, it was two thumbs down. What did Rick James said? Charlie Murphy, I wish I had more hands so I could get them more thumbs down, man. That was my Thanksgiving, brother. But it was a lot of good football. Thanksgiving was
The best games
incredible.
were on Thanksgiving,
The best
honestly.
games were on Thanksgiving. This was a listen. We've been watching football for a long time. Thanksgiving used to be an afterthought. It was the terrible Lions, the okay Cowboys. It was just a throwaway. Now, this new NFL, they're investing in the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
So we got three
Even the
great games
Friday, the
on.
Black Friday
Eve.
game was good.
That's what I'm saying. And then Sunday. Oh, Sunday was a slog. Sunday was rough, right? Before we get into the Dolphins, Rod, I gotta ask you one question. Speaking of Sunday, do you think do you think do you think the NFL is stepping on the product, man? Cause there's been a lot of Sundays. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. If we didn't do a podcast, bro, I would have cut some of these games off, man. Like real talk, bro. Sunday was rough, man. Like I get it, all the great games was on Thursday and Friday, but what we had on Sunday, boy,
Yeah,
ooh, wee.
Sunday was. You gotta imagine, Herbie. One of the highlight games of the afternoon was this Saints Dolphins game, which, by all intents and purposes, was an ugly game.
It was real
Exciting
ugly.
finish, ugly game.
So let's get to it, man. Talking Dolphins, man. Ugh. Dolphins keep winning for whatever reason.
The reverse
Dolph-
tank is in motion,
the,
Herbie.
the
The
reverse
reverse
take
tank.
continues. Um, it was a rough game. You guys did win 21-17, but God, man, Rod, I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. I had that thing. I had the speakers up, bro. I didn't watch a single iota. I was in my bed, in my deathbed. I had the speakers on, and I just was like, I didn't actually like lock in until the Saints had when they scored. Then they had the 2-point conversion that went the opposite way, and then they got the onside kick to
The
try to
best
win the
parts of
game,
the
bro.
game.
Right. So what did I miss? Take me through that. Let's do a small little recap real quick, bro.
Well, Herbie, Herbie, you didn't miss shot. Hey, True Blazer, the homie, my brother in suffering. Look, Herbie. When it comes down to this game, it was a very frustrating game, partially, right? And I say that because on one hand, the defense played extremely well, man, and I just want to go out and give a shout out to a lot of these young rookies, man. A lot of these guys, they showed themselves. You know, Zeke Biggers didn't get a lot of snaps, but in the limited time that he had a sack, and that was off of penetrating a double team, right? You see Kenneth Grant has finally come into his own as a run defender. He's doing much better in that aspect of his game. And Jordan Phillips has been one of the most consistent players, not just as a rookie, but on defense, period, especially when it comes to run stop. I love watching this guy shed blocks and make plays. And he gave us some of that off of what, 20 something snaps in this game. So I want to give a shout out to the defense. Jordan Brooks has been arguably the best linebacker in football. And Minka has played with some energy here. And all these guys made plays. They were a huge part of why we even won this game, why we were in this game. And this is where it takes me to the other side of the ball, Herbie. And look, it wasn't all bad, right? If there's one thing that I've noticed in this iteration of the Dolphins, our identity has changed. When Mike McDaniel was initially the coach, Herbie, this was a pass happy team. Obviously, we had Tyreek. Tyreek is out. Darren Waller has been inconsistently in the lineup this year, but the strength of our team has been the running game, right? The run, Austin Jackson has given the offensive line a boost. Devon Achane, I mean, what more can we say about him, Herbie? Like, without Achane, we're 0-12, bro. Okay, like Achane has been our. I want people to understand that Achane is the running game for the most part. He's 90% of it, and he's our number one target in the passing game. So it's just like he has become our offense in the absence of Tyreek, which is nice to know that you have such a Swiss Army knife as a player. But Herbie, let's be honest, man. I gotta be honest with everybody here. I know that there is a strong chance that Tua is probably going to be the starting quarterback next year. I had told myself I had accepted it, but I gotta tell you, watching that game, especially just throughout the game, even though it statistically wasn't one of Tua's worst games, it wasn't one of Tua's worst games in terms of overall how he played. But this is probably the first game I ever watching the Dolphins with Tua, where I just thought, like, just put one of the backups in, dog. Like, this man was so off this game. His accuracy was off. And you know what it was? This is the game that highlighted his limitations as a player that has frustrated probably even the coaching staff at this point, right? When Tua goes to run with the ball, you feel like you could outrun him. Like, I've never seen somebody look so slow and get 3 yards. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, my goodness, the guy is not accurate anymore. I don't know if it's the head injuries. I don't know if it's he lost his confidence. I don't know if it's the league has caught up to him. Maybe it's just all of the above. I'm not quite sure what it is. But at the end of the day, Herbie, he has not played well for most of the season. This guy leads the league in interceptions, man. He should have thrown 2 yesterday. The refs bailed him out of one.
You
So
gotta think about this. There were two quarterbacks. One of them was named Tyler Shuck, and he wasn't the worst quarterback on the field yesterday.
exactly.
If you're in a game with Tyler Shuck and he's not the worst quarterback, then your quarterback sucks. And that's not.
Herbie, I'll even put it to you like this. This is probably the moment that is the most indicative of how Dolphins fans are probably feeling about this whole regime at this point. There came a point in time where the Dolphins,
All right,
Riley Patterson.
lost Rod. Rod,
Oh,
I hope
oh,
you
I'm
come
back.
back.
Oh, y'all
I
lost
ain't
me.
got nothing to offer about this goddamn Dolphins conversation.
Am I back? Am I back?
You
Am
back.
I
You're
back?
back. You're back. You're
Oh,
back. I was
no.
about, hey, I ain't gonna lie, boy, because I was like, oh, I ain't got nothing to add to this convo. I ain't even watched the game. Boy, I was finna start yamming and yapping. I was about to start rapping, dog, like a hooka, a hippity hop to the hippity beat. I was about to do something.
Nah, bro. But I want to I'm gonna tell you what. This is probably one of the moments that's most indicative of just how Dolphins Nation is feeling. Riley Patterson kicks a field goal, Herbie, for the Dolphins to go up 16-0, and the crowd is booing. And you know what else, Herbie? I agreed with him. Because watching that, Herbie, we should have been up. That was a game that game should have never had gotten to the point that it got to towards the end. We should have been up 30-0 on the Saints. No disrespect to them, but our offense just the amount of times we went into the red zone, we stalled out, Tua being inaccurate, not making plays, occasionally our receivers not making the play. I mean, there came one possession where Devon Achane wills us downfield. We get to the goal line. And what does McDaniel do, Herbie? He calls 3 straight passing plays. When you not one run, not one target for just Achane is the reason you got here on this particular drive. He really was the game himself. and 3 straight passing plays, bro. Not one run. Dude, it's just like it was just there were so many aspects of this game, Herbie, that were frustrating to watch. The end of the game gave us the heart attack that we didn't deserve, and we won it. But Herbie, let me tell you something. If the Dolphins blow that game, oh man, Tua would have been ran out of town. He would have been ran out of town, bro. He would have been ran out of town, bro.
Uh,
Because oh man, they were
all right,
booing. They
so
were up 16-0, Herbie, booing. Think
all
about
right, so there's a lot of aspects of the game. So let's look at the positives and let's look at the negatives, right? So I know you have a couple of people that you want to highlight in particular, and I know there's a couple of people that you want to low light in particular. Now you mentioned already a couple of them, A-Chan and stuff like that, but we're gonna go ahead and do it the right way, man. So fin or fail, man. So we're gonna go ahead and start with our first fin. Who is our first fin from the game, Rod?
My first fan, man, it's the defense, Herbie, in particular, Minka and the rookies. And I touched on the rookies a little bit previously, but Herbie, Minka, man, he was awesome, bro. He had a forced fumble on a safety blitz, which was recovered by Zach Sealer. Mind you, Tua threw a pick the very next play. That's neither here nor there. You had, he had the what do you call that? A two. What do you call a 2 point conversion return?
A pick two? Like
Like, what's the catchy name for that? Regardless, he had that play. He was making plays all game long. As I mentioned earlier, the rookies, especially on the D line, but even guys like Dante Trader and Jason Marshall when he's got in, like, you know, Chris Greer was someone who needed to go, but he left a couple of nice parting gifts because we got some young, talented players on the on defense that, with some extra coaching, with more development, it took them some time. They started slow, but they've been catching on, which is a huge part as to why the defense is performing a lot better. So, Herbie, shout out to Minka. Shout out to the rookies on D. Shout out to the defense, period, for really being the strength of the team. Shout out to Weaver, who has finally figured out exactly, how to use the talent that he has along with what plays to call. Like his game plans have been on point, and the guys have been executing, Herbie. So shout out to the defense, in particular in this game, Minka and the rookies.
all right, man. Now your first fail. You just mentioned them, but we have to do it again, man. Tua,
Herbie, man. Listen. This one hurts me. It hurts me more. It hurts me more and more every week, Herbie, because I was caping for this dude for a while. I was never Tua now, but I gave Tua a lot of chances, Herbie. I tried to be as objective on him while also being biased toward him because I sensed a lot of hate for him. Sometimes I felt unwarranted, but I'm pretty sure, Herbie, at this point, Herbie, even the staunchest Tua supporters are tired. Even like it gets to like Herbie, the way he played in this game, like the interception that he threw after the defense makes a great play. Herbie, you have Devon Achan who's open in the flat. Now, mind you, yeah, maybe he would have gotten tackled for 2-3 yards, maybe he gets right, but he's a guy who's capable of shaking and baking. You know what I mean, and giving you more. But Herbie, you throw that ball up. Waddle is not open. Waddle's not Brandon Marshall. He's not a guy that's going to go up there and get the ball. He just throw it in a double coverage. And then the second interception he threw, I don't even know what the hell he was doing on that play. Like, he didn't even – they called it back, Herbie, but he damn near threw 2 picks. This dude almost has 15 interceptions, and we're not even through with the season, Herbie. We still got like 6 more games to go, right? Like, it's just – oh man, like Tua's been disappointing, Herbie, and he was inaccurate. He was off rhythm with the receivers. It's painful to watch him run with the ball when he has. There are times where Herbie, it's so frustrating because there are times he has open space, and you don't even want to see him run. Like there are times it's like you see Tua, you just go, man, just throw the ball away at this point. You know what I'm saying? If it's a 4th down, just chuck it up. I don't care. Like he can barely get you 2 yards, Herbie, when he has a sea of yardage in front of him. And it's just I think myself and many other Dolphin fans, even the fans who hated him, their hate is at an all-time high at this point. Maybe some are numb at, probably. But in my case, Herbie, in the case of many Dolphin fans who really were behind Tua, Herbie, it just hurts more and more this season to watch this guy game in and game out. And Herbie, we're not going to get a quarterback, right? Like it's not happening this offseason. So we're going to have to run this back. And here's another part. Tyreek is likely not coming back next year. So we're going to have Tua again with no Tyreek and possibly no McDaniel. I don't know, Herbie. It's been hard to watch at times this season for sure when it comes to him. Hey, Herbie, I can't hear you.
All right, so let's brighten up the mood again before we bring it back down, unfortunately, bro. So who's your next Finn?
My next Herbie, Devon Achan. I mean, listen, Herbie, I feel bad for him because he's on the Dolphins and he's not going to get the proper recognition that he deserves. But he's putting up numbers up there with the likes of guys like Jonathan Taylor, right? And when you look at Achan, Herbie, the way that it's not just the speed, right? Whenever people talk about him, they're always talking about how fast he is. But Herbie, he is one of the toughest runners in the league. His ability to read blocks, his vision, he can create something out of nothing when the offensive line doesn't do him any favors. Not to mention, he is a legitimate threat in the passing game as a weapon. Like he has been such an awesome guy, and this game was a perfect example. We put the game on his back. You know what I'm saying? He scores the first touch. Herbie, let me tell you something. Two of the surest bets that I've had this season is Achan anytime touchdown and Tua, and shout out to Hawk and Crowder for this one. Take the over on Tua rushing yards, Herbie. It's .5, man. It's .5, bro. Take the over, baby. Take the over, man. Tua can get you one. Tua can get you one. Shout out to Hawk for that one, man.
That's
But no,
hilarious.
Devon Achan has been incredible, man. It's crazy. We haven't had a running back as productive as him since Ricky Williams, right? That's the kind of company he's keeping this season. It's gonna go under the radar because the Dolphins are just going to flounder their way into 8-9 or 9-8.
And your last fail, man. This is probably the most critical one, and this is probably the one that is most indicative of the the entire thing. As long as we've been doing this, is something that you've been talking about, man. Pass protection, bro.
4 sacks on the afternoon, Herbie. Some of them where Tua had no chance, Herbie. And I'll give the offensive line credit for their improvement in the running game, especially with Austin Jackson being back. But man, Herbie, like for us to be going through this year in, year out, watching our quarterback at times be pressured, like at pretty much at the beginning of the snap, like there are times where Herbie, it's the quarterback's fault, but the pass protection was definitely poor on today in particular. Now it doesn't help that when the pass protection was good, that Tua wasn't having his best game. But this is just something that has been such a recurring nightmare for the Dolphins, man. And we could only literally only hope that it's something that gets rectified, or at least they work towards a solution in the offseason. But once again, Herbie, pass protection lets us down.
All right, man. Before we get up out of here and switch this to the next, to our week's discussion, man. Any last words, man, before we have to put a bow on this game? I mean, again, a win is a win. We don't want to sound too.
Herbie, this is one of the
It's
most
just
depressing wins, and this is like a universal feeling amongst Dolphin fans. Like we won, but it feels like we lost.
nah.
You know?
That's what I'm saying. Like you would have thought we talking about the team that lost. Like the way that like I'm sick, so I guess my energy is low regardless. But you sound depressed, like you guys are not on a winning streak, right? Like
Well,
that is just what this team has done to
the
this fan
best thing
base.
is that Chris Greer left and we won 3 straight. But the problem is, Herbie, I'm pretty sure we're all just like we know where this movie ends, right? Because
Yeah,
with the way Tua, especially with the way Tua's been playing, even if the Dolphins by miracle win out the rest of their games and sneak into the playoffs, is this really a team that you want to steal a primetime spot from somebody more deserving? Right? Like I just wouldn't want to. Listen, I'm a Dolphin fan. I would love to see the Dolphins win a playoff game after 20, 24, 25 years, Herbie. But this team ain't gonna do that. So
nah, for
it's
sure. Like,
just
cause as it
we're
right
just
now, so it's something I looked up, right? So currently, because Tennessee did not win against the Jags, you guys have a 1% chance to make the playoffs, and if that, that's just logically, right? Now, if you guys were to win every single game, you would at best have a 14% chance to make the playoffs, and that's what
we
you
need
guys
help.
winning out.
We need
You need
help, bro.
all the help in the world. You need
Right? We
all
need
the
the
help in the
right people
world.
to lose. We need the right. It's just too many things would have to go in our favor, and I just don't think the football gods are going to waste that on the Dolphins. Sorry.
All right. All right, man. So let's go ahead and get into our discussion of the week, man. So, our discussion of the week, it is in regards to something that we talked about months ago. I said on this platform, on this beautiful thing. And first things first, man, hit the like. I always forget to say that. If you're in the chat, hit the like, give some hearts. That's gonna get this out in the algorithm, bro. Because
Don't be shy, y'all. Don't be shy.
YouTube be on some hater, bro. So if you're not liking, it's not gonna promote. So you feel me? Show some love. Hit that like. Break the goddamn button. But back to what I was saying. I said that Shedeur Sanders is the hero of this story, right? Like when he got drafted to the Browns, everybody became an op. If you are in his way, you are a op. People didn't understand what I meant. Jeudy knows what I'm talking about now.
And he's a teammate. Man.
And he's a teammate. Jeudy understands what it is now. Like, this is getting to the point where why would I even want to be on this dude's team? Like, if I can't have, and again, if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, Jeudy and Shedeur Sanders got into it on the sideline. It wasn't a good look. But I'm not condoning what Jeudy did, right, at all. Like it was super lame. This is a young dude. He's his second start, and y'all are arguing, and you showing him up.
I ain't gonna hold you, Herbie. You know what I thought, and this is gonna be a super degenerative, classist thing to say. But all I could think was like, damn, Jeudy must have put some money on either him or Shedeur, and he needs that boy. He needs that boy to act right. Because the way he was going off on Cuz, I'm like, yo, Jerry.
Nah, for real. Because it was early. It was like after the first throw. I'm like, I seen Jeudy. You could see his helmet going like this. I'm like, oh, that's when I knew. I'm like, oh, they don't really rock. Like,
oh, dropping ass passes Jeudy. Get the hell out of here.
They don't even rock. But the bigger issue is this is twofold, right? Go on YouTube, search Jeudy. Just put Jeudy and look at what you're seeing. The amount of videos of creators who have never talked about Jeudy before. The videos that you're going to see is going to make you laugh. I seen Jeudy the bum. I seen Jeudy the coward. I see who the hell does Jeudy think he is? Bro, the mob is relentless. You can't be in the way. Bro, people got to understand. This is Shedeur is everybody's, is auntie's favorite. That's auntie's boo-boo. You can't be in the way of Shedeur Sanders, dog. They will run you over. The mob is ruthless. The mob is out for blood. But the mob is not consistent. The reason why I say the mob is not consistent is because had that been Dillon Gabriel that Jeudy was showing up, they would have been in full support of it. So don't tell me, oh, y'all are mad that he's showing up a rookie QB. If that was Dillon Gabriel, the mob would have said, hell yeah. Dillon Gabriel, sorry anyway. He trash anyway. We don't care. You feel me? Tell him stop being trash. I see, bruh. This is only 2 weeks in, dog. We're only 2 weeks in, bro.
You know, Herbie, it's when it comes to Shedeur, I try to keep a level-headed approach when I watch him. Because at the end of the day, I have no dog in the fight when it comes to him. And his first two performances are exactly what I thought they would be. He's been fine, right? Like, I know and it's just...
he hasn't. We got to be honest. He hasn't been fine. That's the problem. If you go back, and not to cut you off, I apologize. But we got to be honest. You know what he's been? He's been a dude that looks like a 5th-round pick.
Well... When I say he looks fine, Herbie, that's I account for that. Like as a 5th-round pick, do you expect a 5th-round pick to look much better than he's looked?
Yeah, I expect people to be honest, right? Like when you say fine, their version of fine means he's not the problem. He's not a part of the problem, and he is the only good thing on this offense, which is not the truth.
That's not what I mean by fine, Herbie.
Oh, I know that's not what you mean by fine. We need to specify that, right?
I just want to put that out.
Yeah, we need to specify that, and that's okay. It's his second start. We do not have to babysit and hold Shedeur's hands, because when you do that and you make it an effort to blame every single person around him except for him, it's going to make it hard for him, because now everybody's going to be mad at him. Everybody's like, you got to walk on eggshells. Like, you drop a pass, oh my God. Like, I don't know what the play was, but I saw a play where Jeudy split the double team. He had about 3 or 4 steps on his defender. Shedeur shot putted that crap, bro. Like, sailed it. People were saying it was a perfect pass. Jerry Jeudy should die for it. Like, I'm like, die for what? Who do y'all think
Why
this
would you
man is, a
die for a
go-go?
perfect pass? A perfect pass is not a pass you die for. Doesn't make sense.
Hey,
Doesn't make sense.
I'm like, bro, the delusion. Go in the comments. People saying he was perfect. Every bad throw was a perfect pass. Every sack was the right play. He should have took a sack. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? This is madness. You people are insane. I saw one comment. Yeah, he was playing not to lose, which means he was playing to win. I said, when has that ever been the context for playing not to lose?
Ooh, man.
We've never used playing not to lose in that context ever, except for when it comes to Shedeur. And I told y'all, everybody's an op. Kevin Stefanski, freaking Andrew Barry, the whole Browns organization. Anybody that's in his way is an op. And we are seeing it 2 weeks in. I don't know why I don't know, put it like this. The comments after the game, Shedeur said that, it's a lack of trust between me and him. Jerry Jeudy said, bro, all I could do is be open. Them dudes don't rock with each other right now. I'm going to say right now.
Yeah, you can see it.
You feel me? They don't rock with each other right now. I seen a lot of people saying Jerry Jeudy didn't have that smoke for Dylan Gabriel. Okay, maybe because he liked Dylan Gabriel. That's on Shedeur to build that rapport. That's on Shedeur to build that relationship with his receivers. Why there is some type of, what got lost in translation, I don't know. I'm not in the locker room. I personally don't even care. But I do find it absurdly ridiculous that we are already at this point where Jerry Jeudy is public enemy number one already, bro. For getting into something that happens all the time, which is a sideline argument between a wide receiver and a QB. They call this man a coward, Rod. We got YouTubers saying he's a coward, he's a bum. I'm like, bro, he just got into an argument with his wide receiver. Come on, man.
I mean, but Herbie, I don't think people understand the gravity of how terrifying this is. Like, Herbie, I can't ever remember a player, given what he hasn't done, have such a strong. Like, when you talked about him, comparing him in terms of the following to Tebow, like it's worse.
Oh, it's worse. It's worse.
It's worse than Tebow. It's way worse, bro, because it's to the point, Herbie, to where Shedeur can't have any accountability. It's to the point to where, like, people, there is nothing wrong with criticizing the guy. He clearly needs to get better as a player.
And he's not afraid of criticism. His dad is Deion Sanders.
Absolutely.
He's a big boy. He can handle it.
And that's what makes it crazy, Herbie, because the cult feels the need to coddle him. Like, there are people who write, Herbie, people write essays defending this man, trying to throw Cam Ward under the bus, and it's just like, bro, it's not that deep. Why are we making it this deep? Why? I don't understand, bro.
I don't understand it either. Like, I don't understand it either.
And it goes both ways, bro. It's not just the Shedeur fans get the focus because there are times where a Shedeur fan will say something that's just like, bro, you're just going all the way left. Whereas the Shedeur haters are annoying because it's kind of just like, you're like kind of like similar to the Lamar haters, to where it's just like there's some undertones to why you feel some type of way. But ultimately, at the end of the day, Herbie, both sides drive me crazy because there's just too much hyperbole on both sides, bro. Shedeur was not the worst quarterback to ever touch a football, nor was he Tom Brady. You know what I mean? The second coming. So it's just like, God, like, we got to pump the brakes, man.
Yeah, two things could be true. Shedeur Sanders was not good this past Sunday, and Shedeur Sanders is in a bad situation. Dylan Gabriel was in a bad situation too. Y'all did not care about that.
No.
It was just Dylan Gabriel was bad, so get him out of there. But what did I say before? What did I say before Shedeur became a starter? I said, why are y'all in a rush? And again, this is not hindsight. We have. You can pull the episodes up. I literally said this verbatim. I said to all the Shedeur fans, why are y'all in a rush to see him in a bad situation? Why is it not okay just to be patient? All of this is because of impatience. That's it. If I'm a fan of somebody, you think I want to see him with subpar wide receivers, subpar running game, a subpar offensive line, and what I consider bad coaching? One of the things I'm seeing is people saying, "Oh, they not calling the right plays for Shedeur." What is the right play for Shedeur? What is it? Tell me.
See,
Let
that's
me
how I
know.
know, Herbie. That's how I know people ain't watching football. When you have a rookie quarterback that you're just starting to get into the game, aren't you going to run the ball to make it easier on him, especially when you know, okay, maybe the 49ers don't have the best pass rush in the league, but you want to protect your young quarterback. Like, stop it, y'all. Stop it. When is it ever that a rookie quarterback is not supported by a running game? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Come on, dog.
I try to tell people, man. I've seen it from a mile away. But this is bigger than me, bro. It's beyond me. To quote Meek Mill, bro, this is beyond me. I don't know what this is anymore. I'm gonna just keep enjoying the ride, bro, because now everybody gets to see it. Like, we never had an issue with Shedeur Sanders, regardless of how much y'all thought we were coons or not, bro. We never had an issue with Shedeur Sanders, bro. We
Crazy.
had somebody who I got into it on one of our live streams. He commented the other day, went on a whole wallow text. I'm like, bro, what did I say about Shedeur, bro? Like, I'm like, yo, I'm like,
Oh shit! One time for open mind, man. I
man,
ain't
one
forget.
time, open mind,
I ain't
open
forget
mind
him.
went. I'm like, bro, like 5 paragraphs. I'm like, bro, I was the most positive in the discussion last week. Why am I catching strays, bro? Like, what did I do? What did I say? Like,
It's
all
not
I've
what you
said,
said, Herb. It's what you didn't say.
and I have been consistent. We have been consistent this entire time. It's okay to be honest about Shedeur. It was okay to be honest about why he fell in the draft. It's okay to be honest about his limitations as a football player. It's okay to be honest about his strengths as a football player. It's okay to be honest about what he is and what he is not good at right now as a second starting in his second start as a QB. There's room for improvement. Tom Brady wasn't great his second start in, but to say that it was perfect, Shedeur was perfect, and everybody else was ass. Come on, guys.
I've
Like,
seen
we
too
got.
much of that, man. That's too. That's where I draw the line. It's like, come on, man. Y'all got to stop this, man.
This
Let
is
let
pretty
this man
rough, man.
breathe, man.
It's pretty rough, man. But with that, man, let's go ahead and close this out, man, and get into our week 13 recap, man, before we close out the show, man. So, right, any last things before we get on?
Listen, Herbie. Shedeur was named the starter going into next week. I'm pretty sure he's going to be the starter the rest of the
He's a
season.
starter going for the season, bro. Yeah.
Right? I don't know why Kevin Stefanski. See, this is where Kevin Stefanski is just asking
He
for it.
doesn't do himself any favors. You're 100%.
You know,
It's like
but
you don't have to big brain this, dog. Like, let's
yeah, like just admit, like Dylan Gabriel got his 6. You're gonna give Shedeur his 6. Cool, right? We call it what it is. But listen, Herbie, I'm looking forward to seeing Shedeur's growth throughout the rest of the season. It would be nice if the Browns could finally have their answer, considering their record, considering how they've looked, despite how good the defense has been. Just the overall team, their special teams had like 3 turnovers against the Niners, right? Like they gifted the Niners a lot of that game. But listen, man, we'll see what happens. The Browns are in a position to where they'll likely be able to draft one of the few quarterbacks coming out in the draft that people might want to aim high for. So we'll see what goes on with that. But hey, man, I'm rooting for Shedeur, man. I'm rooting for the young player. Let's go.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Again, if Shedeur is great, dude, football is gonna go through the roof. This guy
Oh yeah,
has the potential to be the biggest star in the whole world because of how much people are watching and paying attention to him. So I'm rooting
right.
for him too, bro. All right, man, let's go ahead and get with the week 13 recap awards, man. So, awards, we have the red zone observations, we have that boy balling, and we have bad dope, man. So, Rod, let's go ahead and start with your red zone observations for week 13, brother.
All right, man. So for this week for red zone observations, I only have 3. And listen, I was caught up watching a lot of the Dolphin game, man. But these are the things that stood out to me this particular Sunday. Tristan Wirfs has a big man touchdown today. I wonder what the odds were for that. And I started thinking to myself, like, damn, man, like, I would love to put in one of those bets to where you bet on some one-off player. I never had the guts to do it. But I just want to do it just one time. Put $100 down for someone like. Could you imagine, like, if you put $100 on Tristan Wirfs to catch a touchdown, you probably won what? Well over $1,000, easy minimum. Second thought: the Panthers just might win the Jekyll and Hyde Award. This team is the embodiment of Harvey Dent. And when you want to talk about if you when you talk about a team that is literally the embodiment of Harvey Two Face, where they can get blown out 40-9 by the Bills, they can get demolished by the New England Patriots, and then they go on and they beat the Packers, they go on and beat the Rams, who are or who were at least considered by many the best team in the league. And look, man, the Panthers are a team that I think this is a team that is capable of catching fire. I do, as inconsistent as they've been, in particular Bryce Young. They have a lot of nice pieces. I feel like David Canales is finally getting into a groove in terms of how he wants to use those pieces. So, the Panthers, as trick or treated as they've been, they're a team that they can get hot and it's proven that they can beat better competition. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with them moving forward. And my last red zone thought, kept it short this week. The Falcons lost to the Jets. Somebody stick a fork in Kirk Cousins, man. Stick a fork in Kirk. And look, I'll give the Jets their props. They played a good game. Tyrod Taylor actually played a solid game. The Jets are gonna get theirs. They've been playing better as of late after the trades. Maybe Sauce was bad juju for them. I don't know. But the Falcons, man, talk about a team that we had high hopes for. Michael Penix got the injury. He really hasn't started consistently all season. Maybe things might have been different had he, not missed so much time. But uh, unfortunately, Falcons fans, once again, y'all gotta wait another year, man. And that's it for me. Red Zone Ops.
Ah, man, Rod, man. I ain't gonna lie. I said it last week. I'm gonna say it this week. I'm gonna say it to the end of the die, man. The NFC South is where dreams go to die, man. Jesus Christ, man. If you an NFC South fan, man, my heart goes out to you, bro. I know that's coming big from a AFC East podcast, bro, but at least the AFC East got some type of sauce, bro. Like the NFC South, oh Lordy,
Rough,
man,
man. Rough,
yuck,
man.
yuck, yuck,
Rough, rough,
yuck. The
rough.
Aints, the lousy Falcons. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Rough, man. So who's your dat boy balling for this week, Rod?
So speaking of that boy balling, man, I had to go with Bryce Young, Herbie. I mean, he was 15 of 20. He had 3 touchdowns. Had probably one of his better games. He had a money throw to Tedroy McMillan for the game on the game-winning drive. And the problem with Bryce Young, Herbie, is that his consistency. He's one of those quarterbacks, Herbie, that is frustrating for a franchise. And I'm not in Panthers Reddit or Panthers forums, but I know what's going on in those forums because I've had similar quarterbacks. Those fans are eating each other alive, Herbie.
No one
Bryce
hundred.
Young has half the fan base that sold on him, and he has the other half of the fan base that can't wait to get rid of him. And
So
Panthers,
Bryce Young is Tua.
yes, Bryce
He's,
Young
he's the new
is
Tua.
Tua. He,
He's
he's
the
he's
new
a Tua,
Tua.
right? There are times where you can see what's good about him. You can see the accuracy on his throws. You can see the decisiveness, the decision making. This is a guy that gave you 450 yards and 3 touchdowns, but is also the engineer of 6 games where the offense didn't score more than 13 points, right? So it's just the trick or treatness of the Panthers in large part is due to Bryce Young, is due to his inconsistencies. But you know what it is, Herbie? This is the funny thing about Bryce Young to me. He's not quite him, but he reminded me of him when I was thinking about this today. Ryan Fitzmagic, Herbie. When you want to talk about a guy
That's
with
a
the
very
highest
good
of
comparison,
highs
bro.
and the lowest of lows, like Bryce Young will literally give you a top level quarterback game. He has this season. The proof is in the pudding. And he'll also give you a putrid, awful, just despicable performance like he did last week against the Niners or in some of these other games early in the season. So, but that's that boy balling this past weekend. It was him. He was efficient against the best team in the league. Can't knock him, man.
It's crazy that the same player that went against the 49ers, a very injured 49ers team, was the guy who beat Matt Stafford, right? Like, and it wasn't like Matt Stafford. Yes, Matt Stafford had 3 turnovers, but Matt Stafford was converting. Like, he had to keep making play after play after play, and it's just like, dog, we obviously see the talent, but the valley and the peak is just, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Normally, you could have like, normally you'll see a guy string like 2 or 3 great games together, then have a bet. No, it's one after the other. It's Jekyll and the Hyde, bro. Like, it's
Back to back
crazy.
every week.
But when it's good, it's amazing. It's crazy.
Think about this. The Panthers have taken down 2 of the Super Bowl favorites in the NFC. My Super Bowl picked the Packers, and most people's Super Bowl picked the Rams.
Hilarious.
Like, it's
And
just
Bryce was terrible against the Packers. That's what makes it so, like, it's they are probably the least likely 7-4 team I could ever remember, bro. Based off of where they started and what they are right now. They beat the Cowboys. They beat my Cowboys.
they're good. They're it's like you're reluctant to call them a good team, but they got
You
7
can't call
wins.
them a good teams. You can't. They are a product of this version of the NFL, bro, where nobody's great.
Oh,
And anybody can be beaten.
dude.
Parity is at an all-time high.
No, I gotta tell you, and just for me in particular, Herbie, I'm enjoying this season probably more than most seasons because I actually like watching a season where there is no dominant, like there is no dominant team this year. Everybody has real deal weaknesses. Maybe the exception being the team that plays tonight in the New England Patriots. They've
Oh, they
actually
got it. They don't have no actual deep threats. When, I mean,
true. They have
you
no
feel me?
speed
So
on
they
offense.
have
Yeah,
no team speed, bro. Like when they lost Kenyon Booty, they lost the team speed. So everybody has a way to be beaten depending on who they go against, whatever that matchup is, right? And that's what's going to make it super interesting in regards to this playoffs, which is why it is crucial for certain teams to get slotted against whoever, right? Like, you could make the Super Bowl based off of who you're going against, and that normally happens a lot. But normally the best team is going to win, right? The cream rises to the crop. No, this year it's, hey,
Styles make fights.
Styles makes fights more than I could ever remember in the playoffs, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, man. So let me go ahead and close out week awards, man, with the last award of the week, man, which is Bad Dope, man. If you don't know, this is your first time watching the show. Bad Dope of the week is an award that it goes to a player, team, or coach for doing something incredibly terrible that week. And this week, that award goes to Max Brosmer, man, the backup quarterback that got in for the Minnesota Vikings. And like I told Rob when we were doing a pre-show, it was the first time I watched a quarterback, and I said to myself, did they put him in as like a favor? Like, was he like, was that like a Make-A-Wish kid like that got in? Like that can't be a professional quarterback. He's not getting paid to play quarterback, right? Like, there's no way.
As the great Charles Barkley said, terrible.
Like, that was a fake. Somebody was like, hey, Kevin, KOC, do me a solid, man. My kid, he has cancer. He's not gonna probably make it, man. This is his dream, man. Just give him a couple reps, right? Like, because he's not a professional. There's no way. Like, there's no way that KOC scouted him. The Minnesota Vikings scouted him, gave him a contract, and said, you know what? If JJ McCarthy gets hurt, we feel comfortable putting him in. Because 4 picks, one of the worst picks I've ever seen. Arm put it that thing. Arm punted. Straight into. I love those picks where it goes straight to the defender, where the defender don't got to work for it. Those are my favorite picks. Those are the most hilarious picks when they go straight to them and they got a running head start because they are so confident they're going to pick it off, bro. That was awful, man. Max Brosman, man, bad over the week, man. Shout out to you.
If he doesn't have cancer, if he's not the Make-A-Wish kid with cancer, he definitely gave Justin Jefferson a stroke.
Hey, free my dog JJ, man. That boy going through it, man. He having a season so bad he might not make the Hall of Fame because how bad his quarterbacks are this year, boy. Oh wee, man. Oh wee, man. All right, so that's gonna close it on for week 13, man. We got the Saints. I mean, not the Saints. We got the Patriots and Giants going on right now. Any last words before we get up out of here, Rob?
Listen, Herbie, as always, I enjoy doing this with you every week. Just also wanted to give a special shout out to Think Higher Level for making our website for us, www.finoutawater.com. Think Higher Level, they deal with web design. They did a great job on our website if you want to check it out. Reasonable pricing. Just go to www.thinkhigherlevel.com. And listen, man, we see y'all next week, man. Y'all already know.
Absolutely, man. Deuces.